In our first story this week, we're going to tag along with Kelly Gotch. As many of you know, she left us earlier this fall to pursue a job on the national outdoor scene. And I can safely tell you that this hunt here, well, it was one of her favorites.
Post some personal footage of some turkeys. We got a look at a hen shifting position up in a nearby tree. And lucky for us, she'd be the only hen we would see today. With our own Gabe Van Warmer behind the camera and calling this morning, we had gobblers who were interested right off the bat, and from the sound of their gobbles, were quickly coming our way.
Here comes a longbeard.
This guy was coming into Gabe's calls and not wasting any time about it either. He was getting close now, but heading a little off to our side. Watch, as soon as Gabe lets off another call, the bird stops in his tracks and turns, almost running toward the call. It was pretty cool to see that his mind was made up. Now, I could have got my sights lined up on this guy right here and squeezed the trigger, but straight ahead and coming toward the decoy, we could see the tail fans of birds in strut coming out of the woods. These birds weren't going anywhere except closer to us, and I would wait to see what kind of show they might put on for the camera before taking the shot. I got ready just in case they picked us off and decided to hightail it out of there. We were, after all, within 10 yards of them when they got to the decoy. Watch as the magic unfolds. Now it was all about picking out which bird to shoot, and when the one who had wandered off to our right got nervous, I had to pick out the bird in front of us who presented an open shot. It was awesome. Just like that, it happened so fast. Man, we got set up. Gabe started letting off a couple clucks toward this hen over here we didn't see her, but she was close. And the next thing you know, we heard some gobbles off over in this direction. There was a couple birds way off and then a couple closer. So we kept hearing the far off birds, and I couldn't tell if it was those birds had taken off the other direction, but it wasn't. It was a different group of birds, because the ones that all of a sudden would gobble were so close. My heart started beating harder and harder. And then it was just all of a sudden, out of nowhere, 4 longbeards came in. No hens, 4 longbeards came in. Right into the decoys. We had one spitting and drumming. How exciting. I was trying not to tremble too much, and just a couple seconds later, they were right on top of us and got a shot. Oh my gosh. I want to go check them out. That was the closest shot I've ever taken at a turkey. He was only about 7 steps away when I squeezed the trigger. Oh, wow. Well, I think we did a little damage with the shot there, but hey, let's check out these spurs. Not a bad bird. What a great morning. Gosh, just waking up with the woods is always fun, and when you've got birds that come in just like that, I mean, it couldn't get any better. That was just awesome. Thanks, everyone. That was cool.
Well, now I have to come back and fill my tag.
I don't think you'll have any problems.
Oh, no.
There's plenty of them left.
Actually, what time is it? What did I say? 7:30?
It's 6:30, you said. It's 6:26, so see, you were off by 4 minutes.
See, I told you.
Well, little did Eric know he wouldn't have to come back to fill his tag. Within minutes after I shot my bird, we suddenly heard that second group of gobblers getting close, and we were hunting again. We laughed and quickly set back up, this time with Eric in the loaded position. As the gobbles got closer and closer, suddenly we had an uninvited visitor. This coyote stood just to our right, as we had birds almost in range to our left. Having no idea what was about to happen, we all sat still and waited. When he decided to run off into the woods with no more than a backward glance of curiosity, we saw the unknowing turkeys who were on their way in. Gabe's calling had these birds coming in almost as fast as the ones just minutes before. There were a few jakes followed by longbeards, and Eric was waiting, hoping to get a clear shot at one of the toms. He was ready, but the birds lined up so that he didn't have an open shot, and he was forced to wait. One gobbler slowly began to break off to the left, but we were again interrupted by the coyote, who just wasn't finished with his television appearance. Surprisingly, some of the birds didn't run off, but stayed barely within range. Eric saw a shot opportunity on a nice gobbler heading to the left. It was a narrow window, and although a tree blocked the camera's view, he didn't hesitate to take the shot.
Did you get him?
It's a little wet around here.
Don't come out here, it's deep.
Don't come out here. I'm up into my hips.
We're staying right here.
Oh, now that I've taken a bath. Holy.
Eric's bird had an amazing 12-inch beard and over 1 1/4 inch spurs.
Well, you know, they came in. How many were there? There was four big toms, 3 jakes. I think there was 5 big toms. The other ones circled around. They're all coming in perfect. Then all of a sudden, a coyote came out of nowhere. And he started running around in there. Then he ran back and he scattered the birds. So it's like, oh God, they're not gonna come in, I'm not gonna get my shot. And it's just a matter of being lucky enough to get one in the grass with its head up. And one stuck his head up in that white grass and I saw it and boom. And he went down. Then I started running. And I went swimming.
And then you dove.
Talk about, these are white socks.
No,
Yeah.
no, stretch
Those
them
are
very-
white socks. Michigan quicksand, people. Watch for it. Holy moly.
Kelly's was definitely a lot easier. 20 yards on dry Kelly.
Nice job, Eric. It was exciting.
Two hunts, 2 turks.
And the
How
time
is it? What time is it?
7:10.
7:10, and we
I
got
said
2.
7. You said 6:30, so I guess we're both pretty close.
It's one heck of a morning. We left the woods this morning with 2 longbeards and a lifetime of memories. And thanks to Eric and Steve for giving us one heck of a story to tell.